this time, we're gonna call the meeting to order at 6:03. Ms. Carter?
You gotta close out the meeting.
Oh, right. All right, we're coming back from closed session. Thank you, Ms. Nesbitt. And, Nicole, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
For adjournment?
Mr. Whittington,
Aye.
Ms. Nesbitt,
Aye.
Ms. Contreras,
Aye.
Ms. Cameron,
Aye.
Ms. Rogers, President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Now, I will welcome you to the regular board meeting. And it is 6:04. Now, we're gonna call this meeting back to order. Roll call.
Mr. Whittington,
Present.
Ms. Nesbitt, Ms. Contreras,
Present.
Ms. Cameron,
Present.
Ms. Rogers, President Gardner,
Present.
Attorney Pagano, Dr. Morris, Dr. Trejo, Ms. Nichols, Ms. Delgado, Ms. Payne,
Here.
Ms. Gray.
Here.
Okay. At this time, we're gonna stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have approval of the agenda. Motion.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Whittington,
Aye.
Ms. Rogers, Ms. Cameron,
Aye.
Ms. Nesbitt,
Aye.
Ms. Contreras,
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay. Now we will have presentations from Maya Angelou School.
Hello, everybody, and hello, Board of Education. Welcome to our data presentation. I'm Julie Mahorny, the principal at Maya Angelou School. I want to recognize that Joy Lewis is here. She's our assistant principal at the school. And while we're here, Ms. Walashik is also from our school, and she is here too. So, we are going to review the data. I know we've done this before, so I think you saved the best for last, right? Oh, maybe Riley Pre-K is coming up in a second. So, we have our iReady data. I want to start off by highlighting the school report card. This is letting you know how the state determines our rating. And as you can see, they look at academics, they look at the climate, and they put it together. When you look at the weights of everything, the growth of ELA, the growth of math are weighted very high. They have 25%. The chronic absenteeism is rated very high, weighted very high. It's got a 20%. And I want to show you that the climate survey, we get all of our points every year because it's just about making sure that students, staff, and parents fill out the survey. So we've been very good at making sure that we do that every year. Some of the highlights is that our growth we've had growth in almost all of the areas. Our ELA, although it did dip slightly last year, it is one of our strongest areas. So every year our growth in English and language arts is done very well. Our science proficiency, last year it grew quite a bit, and that's because we utilized our art teacher, who also had a background in STEM, to work with our students on math and science as well as working in art. So we were very strategic about how we did that. So these are I don't know why the N all of a sudden moved, I haven't done that before, but this is our kindergarten data. Just a reminder, I know you've seen these presentations, but we look at our fall, winter, and spring data, and it tells us growth and it tells achievement when we look at this. So, you can see that the first chart talks about our overall reading, and our second chart talks about how math is doing. We're comparing the beginning of the year scores to the middle of the year scores. This is kindergarten, and we didn't have anybody 2 grade levels below, but we did have a lot of students come in 1 grade level below. One reason that we have that going on is in kindergarten, it's the first year that students are actually using technology. Our Riley programs don't use technology. So the students are not used to using that technology, and so this is where the scores end up falling. They get better and better at it. We ask them to practice during that kindergarten year. But we still had growth. In first grade, we had students coming in. One of the things that, we want to work on first grade, but one of the things that we're doing this year to help first grade next year is working with our 95% phonics program. The state has asked for us to have literacy program, like they are building their literacy program, and the 95% phonics program is going to be better than what we've had because it's really explicitly teaching the phonics for the students. And she has said that in kindergarten, oftentimes they're memorizing, but starting this year, they're actually applying skills in that phonics area. So we are gonna see some better, so she said we are gonna see some better growth coming up next year in the first grade, because they're actually gonna have those skills as opposed to just memorization. In second grade, you can see this is one of our strongest collaborative teams. And so in the reading, we have a great reduction from the beginning of the year to the middle of the year in our red. Those students are moving along the continuum of achievement and growth. We also saw like it almost reduced by half over in math, and again, the students are moving along that continuum of growth, getting better and better. In third grade, we also saw some decrease. I want to highlight that we got some mid and average level going from 0 up to 8%. So students are increasing in their areas. In fourth grade, you can see again, we are taking students, we have work to do, but we are taking these students, reduced from 50 to 28, that's almost half of growth, and that was just in the first part of the year. So they're moving along the continuum as well. In fifth grade, you can see that while we had nobody mid or above grade level, we ended up with 11% of our students at mid or above grade level. And when you look at math, our students went from 78% all the way down to 37%. That's almost a 2/3 reduction in the number of students that are at that area. And they are moving up along the continuum in fifth grade. Some of the key takeaways that you can see at Maya Angelou is that we are overall, our grade placement has significantly decreased in those below categories. And our mid and on grade levels have doubled. In math, we have pretty much the same thing in that we have significantly decreased those below grade level categories, and our growth in the mid and above level categories is growing. One strategy that we're implementing is our coaching. We're doing a lot of coaching in 95% phonics, as I mentioned. Not only kindergarten, but throughout all grade levels are getting that coaching. Eureka Math, we're getting coaching in that so that we can more strongly utilize the curriculum materials that we have. We are also starting to work in small group instruction because that will help us to target individual students and be able to raise those levels even better. And we have introduced a CHAMPS behavior management system. When you do that, you increase your culture and climate and the students' engagement as well. So our overall strength is that Maya Angelou is moving toward a more positive climate, as shown by our CHAMPS walkthrough data. We're seeing that students and teachers are using more positive methods to engage our students. We have high collaboration among the grade levels. Improved culture and morale is shown through our newly formed culture and climate team and some of the trust work that we're doing. The MTSS building leadership team has effectively identified and referred students for the specialized programs that we have in the district. We also have consistent attendance. It was a positive contributing factor in our ELA and math growth because we reduced that chronic absenteeism by 6.3% between last year and this year at this time, or at the time of the middle of the year. We still have to grow. We still have lots of areas for improvement. Some of them right here highlighted are our MTSS Tier 2 and 3 supports for our social emotional learning. By increasing those students' levels of social emotional learning, we're able to focus in the classrooms more. So that is something that we are working on. Reading and math instruction, we want to do differentiated coaching for the teachers. We're not done with our coaching. We want to continue that. And we want to continue to strengthen that culture and climate. If you have any questions, I will take them now.
If there be no questions, we would like to thank Ms. Mahoney for her presentation.
Okay, thank you very much.
Next, we have our pre-K achievement data.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brandy Kirkland. I am the instructional leader for the preschool program. As you can see, the different mascots on here because we are no longer Riley. We are part of the schools. And so I have all of our mascots representing our Harvey preschool program. So I want to start off by going through the data for our preschool program. I want you to take a look at this. Our data looks a little bit different than the upper grades. So we focus on the whole child. And if you can see, we start with exceeding expectations, meeting expectations, and below expectations. So these are the different areas that we focus on throughout the school year. Social, emotional, physical, language, cognitive literacy, and math. And this is our quarterly data, beginning with quarter 1. Quarter 2, and I'm excited about quarter 3 because we just had checkpoints on last Friday. And so when I saw the growth, I'm like, yay, we got a lot of kids that are exceeding expectations now. So if you look at the bottom here, the below expectations, in quarter 1, we had 79.23% for social emotional that were below. And now we're at 30.66. If you look at all the numbers in the below, we had some high numbers. This is when they had no instruction at all. Even in math, 85.94%. And as you can see, those numbers are decreasing, and that's what we want to see. So all of our numbers are going down. Exceeding. In the beginning, we had no one, right? Then quarter 2, you can see some percentages. They're going up, and then again, they're going up. And so this is what we want to see with our data. And then the meeting expectations. Social emotional, 20.77%, and now we're at 64.96. And so if you can see these numbers too, close to 70% already, and we still have some time to go for quarter 4. Close to 60%, so we're making huge gains in preschool. Our data comes from Teacher Strategies Goals. That's our assessment that we use. The curriculum is called Creative Curriculum. And all of this data is populated through our Teacher Strategies Goal system. I do want to talk a little bit about the progressions of development and learning for those who are not aware. When we talk about meeting expectations, below expectations, and exceeding. So we have something called color bands. So the red here is for like birth to age 1. Then there's an orange color for 1 and 2 year olds. Yellow is 2, 3, green is 3, 4. Then we get like a purplish color, a bluish color, for 4 or 5, and then a purple. So with the color bands, this just shows the students' progressions of development. Because in preschool, we look at the development of each child because they develop at different levels. We have 3-year-olds, we have 4-year-olds, we have some that's 5 too that just missed that cutoff to kindergarten. And then here is how we're rated. So this right here is our, the gold circle of quality. Up here is where we are. This is the Excel rating. And so for Illinois, we have a visit. We have a visit for state monitors. They come out and they check the quality of our program. And this is the highest. And so this is like the exemplar. So we're beyond commendable. We are
to executive. And so we have to close that. And that is, we are so excited about it. And so this is just a little bit about it. So you can be licensed. It tells you kind of where the program is. And then like basically they have standards for quality and they're working. If you're bronze, we recognize like the qualifications and the program staffing and trainings. Silver, you're meeting some expectations in 3 areas, which is the learning environment, the teaching quality, administrative standards, and training. But here's where we are, the gold circle of quality. We recognize the program, we have exceeded, we have the highest quality with our program, so we're doing really well. I do want to also let you know that our program is grant funded. It's a grant funded program. As I said, we received the gold circle of quality last year. We are exemplary. We follow a play-based curriculum that fosters creativity and independence, meaning that we do not use worksheets. So the students, they participate in play, and the teachers are very intentional. They'll go over, they'll ask some questions, open-ended questions, to ask like, what are you working on? Or can you show me, how do we make 3? So they're able to play in their natural environment. They can choose where they want to go play, and the teachers are very intentional to get the academics out of that while they're playing. We focus on the whole child. Again, we individualize instructions based on the students' individual needs and their interests. So we find out, so the teachers really observe. They observe a lot, and we say, okay, so I see that child, he likes to play in the block area, so I'm going to be really intentional and make sure I go to the block area and ask questions. We look forward to seeing continuous growth from our youngest learners as this year progresses. We have teachers and paraprofessionals in our classrooms. Our students, we have 20 students. It's a 1-to-10 ratio. The teachers, they participate in weekly PLC meetings and they partake in job-embedded professional development on the regular with me. We utilize our ECHRS, and so I'm saying a lot about ECHRS, and you're not familiar with ECHRS. It is the Early Childhood Environmental Rating Scale, and so that is what's used to determine if we are a high quality program. And we have our compliance report that we receive from the state, and we use this for our continuous quality improvement. We develop goals. Like this year, one of our goals for PLC is we want to increase communication and interactions. And so we do a lot of PD around that. Paraprofessionals, they're learning ways to build relationships, developmentally appropriate practice, and ways to encourage children to use language. We really want to get to speak and build that confidence. Communication is more than speaking. And so when we say that, our pre-K teens, they know that behavior is communication too. So it's more than speaking. We strive to meet the children where they are. We have several strategies that we're working on to help students expand their vocabulary, to promote language, and build critical thinking. And some of the strategies include sign language. We're using that. We're also doing some Google Translate, some visual supports, and asking open-ended questions. So our overall strengths for our preschool program is making remarkable strides in academic areas, and they're also making strides socially. So they're doing really well in all the academic areas and also social emotional. Our preschool scholars are transitioning to kindergarten prepared with skills needed to be successful, so that's a strength. Our preschool teaching teams are building great relationships. We do have some new paraprofessionals this year, and so we're doing really good with that. And the majority of our students are meeting the widely held expectations. And that's based on our recent checkpoint data. That's what I just showed you. And so our overall opportunities for improvement is data analysis. One of the things that we're working on now is to utilize the reports that we do have in Teacher Strategies Gold. We want to use those weekly to inform our planning and take a quick pulse check to see where the class is at any given time. If we do that, we can identify areas of growth for student performance based on individual reports. So each child can get an individual report, or you can get a class profile report. And so the teachers are being really reflective with that because we've used those individual reports to individualize, but I really want them to take a look at that class profile, and that's what we're working on, because it may be just your teaching practice. You have to be reflective. Maybe if everyone is struggling in this area, hey, it's the teacher. I got to figure out another strategy. And then we also are using opportunities for improvement to discover instructional strategies
that are working and those that are not working. And so again, this is based on the students' needs, and the ERS, which is just the environmental rating scale, ECRS. Identify professional development teachers need to support student achievement. All staff who work with preschool need training on the curriculum. Assessment and pyramid model. So pyramid model is something that we use. It's not quite like CHAMPS. It's developmentally appropriate for our kids. And the pyramid model, it helps to alleviate, and it's really proactive to decrease challenging behaviors. That's basically what it is. The pyramid model talks about ways to build relationships, proper ways to for interactions, teacher-child, teacher-teacher, staff, you know, just everyone in general. The relationships are very important. And then allocate uninterrupted times in the morning for teaching teams to plan, input, and analyze student data. We always can work on our attendance. We want to increase our family engagement and the enrollment. So those are areas that we need to really work on to continue to work. Are there any questions? Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Next, we have the Board of Education meeting minutes, the regular meeting, February 18th, 25. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers? Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
Mr. Whittington?
Aye.
President Gardner?
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right, next we have our business operations report from Ms. Nichols.
Yes. Good evening, board members, staff members, and guests. The monthly report for February 2025 is in your packet. You all have the executive summary, the revenue report, the expenditure report, as well as the fund balance report. The executive summary for February 2025 reflects a beginning balance of $35,851,653,000. Our year-to-date revenues are $21,740,512,000. Our year-to-date expenditures are $19,892,277. We are close to ending the third quarter of the fiscal year, and our budget still remains balanced with approximately a $2 million in our revenue, with our revenues exceeding our expenditures. The current fund balance is $37,699,088. Any questions? Administration recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
Mr. Whittington?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
Ms. Rogers? President Gardner?
Aye.
Motion carried.
For accounts payable, you all have 2 accounts payable for the month of March. The grand total is $1,762,689.68. Administration recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers? Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Mr. Whittington?
Aye.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
President Gardner?
Aye.
Motion carried.
For February 2025 payroll, there were 5 payrolls. One includes the retro payments for settling our HEA contract. Congratulations again. The grand total is $1,474,888.17. Administration recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
Ms. Rogers?
Aye.
Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
President Gardner?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, this concludes the business operation report for the month of March 2025.
Correction. No, she, you know, and I took.
Ms. Nesbit?
Did you copy? You ain't copy?
Mr. Whittington?
Verbal.
Yes. Didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
There was another mistake, I did not, do correspondence. Do we have any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Okay, and there's no president reports. Next we have our committee reports, and we'll start with curriculum.
So we met for the month of March, and one of the biggest conversations we had was summer school. You know, we're in the process of planning summer school, and we did talk about ensuring that we increase attendance, or maintain that attendance, because usually we have a significant number of families that enroll their student in summer school, and so we want to provide some fun activities, hands-on activities, so that students will engage in learning. And we are going to be ordering some STEM kits along with journals, so that they're writing. So we're really pushing that literacy in math. And so so we're really excited about that. And we did talk about having the 2 locations at Angela for kindergarten through 3rd grade, and Bryant 4th through 7th grade, which is the same as last summer. We also, we've just finished our presentations, our school improvement presentations so you heard all the needs from all of the buildings. And we did identify some sessions that we really want to provide our families, some educational series that involve mental health support, importance of school attendance. We see that is an area where we really need to significantly improve, because it really does affect our designations. And also supporting our students to create a pathway to college. It's never too early to work with our families and our students on creating that pathway. So we're really looking at outside entities to support, to do some family sessions, whether they're in person or online. And last but not least, we had a representative from YWCA that came to talk just about some different supports that could be provided to our students surrounding SEL, health, and so they did share what kinds of sessions that they would be able to provide. So it's nothing that we decided on. We just kind of wanted to hear what their offerings were, so that we can plan accordingly. And that's it. The committee does recommend approval for summer school programming.
I move we accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers?
Aye.
Mr. Whittington?
Aye.
Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
President Berger?
Aye.
Motion carried.
There was no DTAC. Are we gonna do it now? Okay. All right. Can I get a motion to approve the summer school program?
So, second, so moved.
Oh, yeah, second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Contreras? Aye. Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Mr. Whittington?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
Ms. Rogers?
Aye.
President Berger?
Aye.
Motion carried.
As I said, no DTAC. Finance report, please.
Finance Committee met on March 4th, 2025. The meeting was called to order at 3:13 p.m. Present were myself, Dr. Lawrence, Ms. Nichols, Ms. Garcia, Mr. Herrera, Mr. Daniels. First item, transportation bid. The bid notice has been posted, and there is a pre-bid meeting scheduled for March 11, 2025. The bid hearing will take place on April 1st, where all sealed bids will be open. The district is seeking bids for 9 single routes and 3 double routes for regular transportation and 3 in-district special education routes, totaling 15 routes. The out-of-district routes may fluctuate depending on service needs for the next year. Pricing adjustments will be made accordingly. Consideration is also being given to consolidating in-district special education transportation to improve efficiency and reduce maintenance costs. Next item, Brooks HVAC systems updates. Precision is currently working on the air handling units at Brooks with new coil installations underway. During this process, suspected asbestos was discovered in the pipe installation. PECRON conducted testing and confirmed the presence of asbestos. In compliance with IDPH guidelines, the removal process must be monitored and reported. The abatement is scheduled for spring break in mid-April as the cost falls below the bid threshold of $50,000. A formal bid was not required, though 3 quotes were obtained. M&O was the lowest quote at $24,000. Also, due to the filing with IDPH, it is required that a formal design be prepared and that a consultant complete third-party air testing and observation. Background's proposal for this work is also attached for $10,795. Next item, monthly finance report. The monthly finance report was not available at the time of the meeting due to the early finance meeting schedule. The final report reflecting February 28th expenditures and revenues will be presented at the upcoming board meeting. Next item, monthly student activity report. The student activity report for the month included a total of 9 to 10 transactions, primarily related to fundraising efforts. The overall balance saw an increase of approximately $2,000. Beginning balance $10,385.68. Ending balance $12,335.45. Next item, monthly food service report. The food service report reflected February's activity. Several new menu items such as sweet and sour chicken and Mardi Gras chicken have been introduced. Student participation has risen to approximately 1,200 meals. No complaints have been received regarding the quality or appeal of the food. The food service provider has been responsive to prior concerns, implementing changes to improve satisfaction. The district will continue monitoring performance to determine if rebidding is necessary in the future. Next item, monthly building and grounds report. Several maintenance tasks were completed, including repairs to door locks and ceiling tile replacements. The boys' restroom sink at Brooks requires replacement though the part needed is obsolete. Options are being considered, including repurposing a sink from Sandberg. Last item, monthly technology report. Mr. Herrera presented the monthly technology report and shared the following technology updates, include ongoing maintenance of security cameras and alarm systems and website updates. The district is renewing its internet services with Illinois increasing bandwidth to 2 Gbps. The E-rate budget of $121,158.73 will be used to acquire new access points and installation services for 3 schools, with bidding still in progress. Spyglass has been engaged to audit phone and cell phone bills for potential cost savings. There was discussion of the Conica-Minolta proposal regarding the implementation of the paper-cut software. Ongoing, the software will enhance printing management, including Chromebook compatibility, cloud hosting, and integration with Google Drive and key cards. The district will enter a 3-year contract with paper-cut services at a cost of $14,574.50. Covering all district copiers. The meeting adjourned at 3:29 p.m. I move that we accept the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers? Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
Ms. Williamson?
Aye.
President Burke?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Action item.
The committee recommends approval for the M&O proposal in the amount of $24,000.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Williamson?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Ms. Rogers? President Burke?
Aye.
Motion carried.
The committee recommends approval for the pet crime proposal in the amount of $10,795.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
Ms. Rogers? Mr. Williamson?
Aye.
President Burke?
Aye.
Motion carried.
The committee recommends approval for the 3-year Conica-Minolta agreement in the amount of $14,574.50.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron?
Aye.
Ms. Rogers? Mr. Williamson?
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit?
Aye.
Ms. Contreras?
Aye.
President Burke?
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right. Next we have, personnel.
The Personnel Committee met on March 5th. The meeting was called to order at 11:41 a.m. Present was Ms. Rogers, Mr. Whittington, Dr. Lawrence, myself, and Ms. Thomas. Discussion of retirements, appointments, and resignations. We also discussed the HR initiatives and improvements. These are outlined in your packet for you all to review. And the final item was the MetLife insurance. The district received a letter of apology from MetLife regarding the situation with the district's dental and vision insurance program. We've had issues with MetLife throughout the year regarding coverage, which resulted from a third-party vendor, and they have corrected the issue. So they wanted to make sure that we received an apology letter that will be shared with the entire staff for any inconvenience that was caused. We also discussed the 25-26 staffing plan. That is still a work in progress, so the final recommendation will be shared with the board next month. The meeting was adjourned at 12:42 p.m.
We accept the minutes as read.
So moved.
Second. Call the roll.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, we have some action items here, personnel.
There is one retirement. The committee recommends approval of Jane Doherty, health assistant, retirement effective the end of the 2024-2025 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers. Aye. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
The committee recommends approval of the following appointments. Laura Edwards Towns, EL Resource Teacher at Brooks, effective March 18, 2025. And Brian Maley, Custodian, part-time at Brooks, also effective March 18, 2025.
So moved.
Second. Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras. Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
The committee recommends approval of the following leave requests. Denise Brown, paraprofessional, February 3rd through April 7th. Ms. Bahora, bilingual liaison, March 8th through May 3rd. And Ms. Shawana Morgan, teacher, March 4th through April 24th.
So moved.
We have a so moved. First and second.
Second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Whittington. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay. There's no policy report, IASB, Ms. Rogers? No report. Parent advisory.
Good evening, everyone. It's so amazing to be here once again today. Happy Women's History Month to all of the fabulous women here and on our board. I will be brief. We are in the process of doing our Superintendent's Commission Parent Resource Conference. That's going to be this Thursday at Tinley Park Convention Center. I want to say to the principals, I want to thank your parent coordinators. We have about 52 parents attending this event, so your parent coordinators got in touch with a lot of parents, and there will be a lot of parents. So we're real excited about having that many parents attend this event because there's going to be a lot of amazing information, social emotional learning, communicating with teachers. That's a hot button. Also understanding how boards work. That's another opportunity for parent growth. So we're really excited. We want to thank all of you for having parents available on Thursday, and then Friday is our staff day. So we're really excited to be a part of the Superintendent's Commission. I've been working with the Back to School Fest committee just to kind of get an idea of what date we're going to have. We worked together to kind of work on a couple of dates, August 23rd and September 6th. So we wanted to just get an idea. I'm kind of in limbo with it because I wanted to make sure we were in line with the first day of school. So I don't think we've voted on the first day of school yet, but September 23rd, August 23rd, and September 6th were the two dates that were kind of, we were kind of looking at. And these are the dates that work best with our vendors. Once we determine what date we're gonna go with, we have to act, because August is a hot date. And he's holding the date for us just because of relationship. So when we figure out what we're gonna do and what date we're gonna use, we have to act immediately in solidifying that date if we want to keep it, because he's just holding it for us because of our relationship. So that is all. I want to wait on the board, see what the board thinks about those dates, or see how we can move forward, because we need to act. Thank you. End my report.
Accept the report. Thank you. Next we have foundation. There's a golf outing coming up. Miss Hawkins is not here. I know there's a golf outing coming up. I'm not certain of the date.
June 4th. So we're gonna have our annual Harvey Education School Foundation golf tournament. It's fun for, like I said, not only our student community, but those who wish to continue supporting our students here in Harvey School District 152. So that is an event. This year is going to be June 4th, and it's going to take place at Glenwoody Golf Club. And so we'd love to have you come and golf, buy a team of 4, and just have fun that day, knowing that 99 to 100% of those funds go back to supporting our students here in the district.
Thank you. Next, we have for your information in your packet, items A through E. Information is in your packets. That's enrollment, vacancy, echo report, Angelou Construction, stakeholders committee, and the board poll results. Do we have any for requests? No new requests. All the other requests have been answered, correct? Yes. All right, thank you. Next, we have our audience comments, questions. If there's anyone in the audience, you have 3 minutes. Please state your name and your question or your comment. Is there any? If there be none,
Yes.
okay.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ryan. I'm a Harvey resident. I had a few concerns just passed on to me for parents and a lot of people that are working tonight. There was a heat was broken for a while at Angelou, and apparently was not reported, but I'm guessing it got fixed. So I just wanted to clarify that. Related to my question last meeting about the funding for the out-of-town trips, the superintendent, I did email him. He told me to FOIA the information about exactly where the funding's coming from and exactly how it's spent with receipts and invoices. I did FOIA, I got no response. Ms. Nichols was wonderful in showing me how to use the ISB FRIS system, but it doesn't, when you look up the grants, it doesn't really give details. And for a lot of the grants, it says how the money how people want to spend it, but it doesn't indicate how it was spent, even going back several years. So again, voters are enraged because they're working their butts off to be able to pay these property taxes. So they want to know where every penny is going. Also, I see a new trip to Atlanta. And many parents and community members are asking, okay, well, we want full transparency. How much are the costs of the trip to Atlanta as well as the trip to St. Louis? They're both several-day trips. We're all for professional development, but again, with the uncertainty of federal cuts as well, parents are concerned. They want to see where every penny is going, and they also want the district to save money in case the federal funds are pulled, since our district relies so much on federal funds. So those are the main questions about the heat, and then getting the details on how these trips and other things are being paid for, and then the cost of the new trips, including the Atlanta trip that you're supposed to vote on tonight.
We would like to thank you for your comments in regards to the trips, the heat and everything. And we'll take everything you said into consideration and we'll get back to you. Anyone else? If there be no more questions or comments, we will prepare to go into closed session for the appointment, employment, compensation, negotiation, hearing, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body to determine its validity.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras. Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carries. Come on, Mr. Whittington.
I'm with you.
Let's
I'm with
go.
you. Gotta go in there now. One more problem.
Don't say nothing, but broke my chair.
No, it's time management.
All right. We have 2 minutes to go to the restaurant.
I'm trying hard to stay with you. There you go. What to the side? I mean, I was there.
He recording, so whatever you say, he's gonna put it on TV. Right there. Don't talk, don't talk about it on camera. He's zooming in. I just. So, you.
Oh, shoot.
I still don't know walking around the hallway. You know what I'm saying? Sure, Miss Garden. Can you please have Nicole, do you need the date? So we waiting on the, school calendar, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So you need the calendar has to be approved first, right? Okay. I was gonna actually ask Nicole to do a poll, but we're waiting on the school calendar to be approved before we can do the dates. Never mind. So, it ain't on us. It ain't on us. It's on y'all to give us the calendar, right? Now look away down the tray, She was like,
The tentative calendar. I let them know the tentative start date was the 18th.
she said, what?
we way out of whack. It was 26.
We let go.
Okay.
What am I waiting on?
All right, we're gonna reconvene, meeting for closed session, roll call at 9. Okay, we'll have to do that anyway. Okay, executive session minutes, dated January 28th. Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, now we have the report from the administration.
Okay, item 15A, administration recommends approval for Abigail Katsibubis to attend the International Technology and Engineering Education Association Conference in St. Louis, April 2nd through the 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras. Aye. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Item 15B, administration recommends approval for Carly Matthews, Bryan Assistant Principal, to attend the NSBA Annual Conference in Atlanta, Georgia, April 4th through the 6th.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers. Aye. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras. Aye. Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Item 15C, physical therapist independent contractor agreement. Administration recommends approval of the district's physical therapist contract.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras. Aye. Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
For item 15D, there's a motion to approve resolution authorizing issuance of notice to remedy to Dr. Frank Davis. Administration recommends.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers.
Abstain.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Item 15E, a motion to approve the resolution authorizing reclassification of Principal Julie Mahoney. Administration recommends approval.
Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron.
No.
Ms. Nesbit.
No.
Mr. Whittington.
Yes.
Ms. Rogers.
Yes.
President Gardner.
You forgot one.
Ms. Contreras.
Yes.
President Gardner.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 15F, a motion to approve the resolution authorizing non-renewal of probationary teacher Tracy Woodson.
So moved.
Joseph is the first. Call the
Who
roll.
was the second? I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know if I had to read them separately.
Contreras.
Call the roll.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
There's a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the non-renewal of probationary teacher Karen Hughes.
Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
That concludes our items.
Okay. Our next regular board meeting is scheduled for April. The date will be determined, but it will be at 6 p.m. here at the administration office. Are there any more announcement or comments?
Is the date moving from the third Monday?
I'm not sure why the date is not on here.
So the question came up that the date, that third Monday is spring break.
That's why.
So it was asked if the date could be moved up the Monday before or the Monday after. Which it would be either April 14th or April 28th.
I guess you're doing a poll?
Yes.
You want it verbally?
Beg your pardon?
The poll is to make it verbal?
If you do it April 28th, you can do the reorganization of the board and not have to have two meetings that month. Cause your cameras will be in.
Okay.
Okay, so we can go for April 28th.
Not that I don't wanna go on April 28th, I'm just saying.
April 28th.
All in favor?
Aye.
April. That's not on the agenda.
It's not on the,
Cause she said all in favor.
You know Nicole when they're trying to.
I know, then I realized.
What is?
April.
No.
Okay, okay.
okay, so you're gonna pull us away. Because people have other things on their calendar. So the date will be polled and it will be announced. she say? She will poll the board and.
She just told us. She just told us.
Did everybody just agree to April 28th?
April 28th for me.
Okay, so be it. April 28th is the next board meeting.
Okay.
Announcements and comments, none. There be none. This meeting is adjourned at
9:31.
Can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting? So moved. Second. Call the roll. Call the roll. First and second, call the roll. All.
Okay.
Call the roll.
Mr. Whittington,
Yes.
Ms. Nesbit. Aye. Ms. Contreras. Aye. Ms. Cameron. Aye. Ms. Rogers. Aye. President Berner.
Aye. Motion carried.